Hey everyone, it's Jason Wrobel here from jasonwrobel.com. So let's say you survived the winter and the zombie apocalypse and 2012 and all the other crazy stuff that they say is gonna go on. Let's say you survived all of it and you still want soup, but this time you want a raw, chilled, refreshing, enzyme-rich soup when the weather starts to get a little bit warmer. What you gonna do? You're gonna have some gazpacho. Just the word itself is fun, isn't it? Gazpacho. It's like a mouth workout before you even eat it. Gazpacho. So, we're gonna be doing a twist on a traditional gazpacho today, raw and vegan style. We're gonna be adding red pepper and a little jalapeno and spices. Yep, we're doing a spicy red pepper gazpacho here on the show today. So, put your Speedos on, get your toenails painted, and let's jump in. The first thing we're gonna do for our gazpacho recipe is add a half cup of filtered water to our blender mug. Then we have one large, rough chopped organic red bell pepper. The thing with this recipe, as you see all the veggies I'm doing, guys, is since we're gonna be pulsing it in the blender, you don't need to be concerned with a fine dice. A rough chop will be more than adequate. Then we're adding one rough chopped Roma tomato. Next up we have a quarter chopped red onion with two large garlic cloves that, well, they haven't been minced, they've been pressed. So dig this, you guys know maybe there's a utensil out there called a garlic press. Well, I was recently gifted the coolest, I mean, look at, this is sexy? Yes, it is, it's a sexy garlic press. This is actually where you put it on the cutting board and you do a rocking motion that basically pops out these little garlic pods as if you had minced them finely. Really inexpensive, looks super sleek, really easy to put in your chef's kit or even just hang up in your kitchen. This is the best garlic press I've ever used, and this is by a company called Joseph. So check it out, guys. You can thank me later. One requirement to any gazpacho, I mean any gazpacho, you have to have cilantro. Cilantro is one of nature's most amazing superfoods because it's a chelator. What that means is it actually helps to pull heavy metals and toxins from your system so you can effectively flush them out. So you guys may have investigated some detox protocols if you're into that, or juicing. Whenever I'm doing a juice cleanse or any kind of detox regimen, cilantro is always really intense in my regimen, whether it's smoothies or juices or a raw enzyme-rich gazpacho. We've got to have the spice. You know I'm half Puerto Rican, so I gotta have the spiciness here. We've got a half of a large chopped seeded jalapeno we're going to add next. How convenient is it when you realize right in front of your crotch there's a cutting board? Amazing. So we want to add a half a squeeze of lime now, being very careful when you pull out the cutting board. We don't want any kitchen injuries, because I don't know if you could actually explain that one. Depending how citrusy and tangy you want this, you could add a half a lime, you could add a whole lime. Are we thinking wang dang tang? I think we are. Start with a half, but you know what? I like my gazpacho on the tangy side, so go ahead and add the whole lime if you want to. To get that authentic gazpacho flavor, we're gonna add a quarter teaspoon of organic ground cumin. Then we're gonna add a full teaspoon of Himalayan crystal salt for extra mineralization. Then a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. And we're gonna finish it with a tablespoon of heart-healthy extra virgin olive oil. Now, here is a very important step in the prep of our gazpacho. A lot of people overblend gazpachos. They get a little too happy with the blender action and it turns into kind of like this brothy veggie mess. The thing about gazpacho that I love, that's traditional, is you have some chunk. So you want to pulse your blender, or if you're doing this in a food processor, so you don't over-process the soup. You just want to go easy on the action a little bit, and just for a few second pulse. Check this out. See that? Right? It's kind of like a salsa, a little bit less chunky than a salsa. Literally, that kind of start and stop action, that boom, gone, boom, gone, boom, boom, gone. And really what you want to do is monitor it the whole way until you get that perfect consistency. The chunkage that we're going for here is a little bit smaller than a dice. It's kind of like a fine mince. That's my personal preference as far as the veggies in my gazpacho. So go ahead and grab your favorite soup bowl. That's so, oh God, it looks so good. Now, you can see that this is quite on the chunky side gazpacho-wise, guys. It's up to you how liquidy or chunky you want it. Again, for me, I like the texture, I like the chunkage, and we talk about contrast in recipes if you guys have been watching me on YouTube. What I like to do at this point is add a little bit of diced avocado and a few accoutrements to the top to get that nice contrast texturally. Go ahead and slice an avocado lengthwise. Remember the deep hitting trick with the back of the knife here. Twist, and you're done. Now, what I like to do to make this super easy to get chunks or cuts in my avocado is I actually like to go along this way. So I'm going along the length of the avocado, and then what you want to do is make horizontal cuts, because what you can do is take the avocado and flip it over, and all you have to do is gently squeeze the skin, and the chunks just fall right out. It's really the easiest way I've found to cut an avocado. If you guys want to see more recipe videos, subscribe so you can get the latest weekly num-nums straight from these hands, and maybe the hands of many others, because I like to have guests here. But either way, subscribe and always get latest, greatest raw and vegan recipes from my hands to your mouth. In the meantime, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, all the social media networks. Thank you guys so much for watching.